These findings shed light on the challenges small businesses in low-income areas face in accessing affordable financial services. Since the end of the last recession, the number of banks in low-income areas has fallen more sharply than in high-income areas, and the number of companies offering alternative financial services has increased more. While financial services such as banking, insurance, and investment management are often considered domestic services, for a variety of reasons, more and more financial services are now being offered abroad and in other financial centers. Yaser Nasser Alulait says as financial activities become increasingly digital, especially as consumers choose to manage their finances from home during the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, financial institutions and start-ups are improving their technology and expanding remote services. Financial services are economic services provided by the financial sector and cover a wide range of money management businesses, including credit unions, banks, credit card companies, insurance companies, accounting firms, consumer finance companies, stockbrokers, investment funds, personal managers, and more, and some state-sponsored companies. Yaser Nasser Alulait says financial services is a broad term used to describe a variety of products in the financial industry, covering everything from insurance and money management to payments and digital banking technology. The financial services industry includes thousands of depository institutions, investment product providers, insurance companies, other lending and financial institutions, and key financial services and service providers that support these functions. Financial services describes the various offerings in the financial sector, including money management and digital banking. Corporate finance is a catch-all term for describing a company's financial assets, such as sources of funding, capital structure, actions to increase the company's value, and tools for allocating resources. The flow of money begins on Wall Street with the creation of capital used to finance business through the issuance of common stocks for capital, bonds for loan capital, and derivatives, groups of packaged securities that help hedge financial risks and replace banks' money for loans. Borrowers. Mutual funds, factoring, credit cards, installment purchase finance are some of the services financed by financial institutions. Entrepreneurs need access to various sources of credit. The strategic use of financial instruments such as loans and investments is the key to the success of any company. Financial services professionals must collect research and analyze trends to identify and evaluate the most suitable investment products to ensure that their clients receive the best possible reward. Yaser Nasser Alulait says understanding the economy and its changing influences, knowledge of urban planning to explain why financial service centers are being built in cities, and how transportation and infrastructure impact business success will all be helpful. Whether you're considering starting a business or wondering how to make the one you already have run more efficiently, consulting with a financial professional can bring valuable benefits. When choosing a bank or other financial institution, consumers usually look for companies that offer personal finance services, such as financial advisors. While the banking industry has historically benefited from having multi-generational customers, today's consumers are more likely to check out financial service providers and investment opportunities online before asking their parents. In fact, 88% of online consumers are less likely to return to a website after a negative experience. Yaser Nasser Alulait says sometimes the only narrative consumers have about a potential company they are dealing with is a negative one. Unfortunately, due to the 2008 financial crisis, when the U.S. housing bubble burst, financial firms have become a source of current customer distrust. Given the frequent occurrence of major hacks by well-known companies, the vulnerabilities of the financial system are not surprising. With digital services, there is an increased chance of fraud within institutions due to security breaches. These issues highlight the need for banks, financial advisors, broker-dealers and other financial service providers to distinguish themselves from other providers and manage their reputation. Despite a decade of effort, much remains to be done, and in many situations the incentives for responsible supplier action must be internal, based on the business case of consumer trust. A particular set of consumer protection concerns relates to how financial institutions handle the money and data that customers entrust to them. However, there are special rules that apply to financial service providers and the information they may discuss online due to the highly regulated nature of the financial sector. Financial reports are mandatory for audits and are very useful for tax, financial, and investment activities. Yaser Nasser Alulait says buy and sell securities on behalf of your clients. Sometimes this may also include financial advice. Consulting services. These firms, or departments within a larger organization, provide services to clients through financial advisors who act as intermediaries and financial advisors. Bowman Shaw Capital Partners provides tax and financial advice for any type of business. Businesses also need commercial vehicle coverage for commercial vehicles and workers' compensation coverage if they have employees. Of the 1,000 companies surveyed by the National Small Business Association, a third spend more than $500 a month on payroll services needed to manage deductions, including local, state, and federal income taxes. At the lower end of the spectrum, approximately 30 million companies, 98% of small businesses, have fewer than 20 employees or are self-employed. 1 Small businesses are very different, producing goods or providing services in almost all of the about 44% of the total output of the private sector economy. 2 In addition to numbers, small businesses are part of the fabric of their communities, employs local people, and support civic affairs. But all small businesses, from start-ups to companies that have been in business for decades, need the right financial resources so they can continue to serve their customers, pay their employees, and be active members of their communities. In the absence of financial services, there will be a shortage of funds, which will negatively affect the functioning of enterprises and will only lead to a negative growth in the capital market. As mentioned above, small businesses often turn to potentially more costly alternative suppliers when traditional funding sources fail. For smaller businesses with fewer resources, partnering with a financial services marketing agency is a better option than relying on limited in-house resources. CRM for Financial Services can help you answer all of these questions so you can provide your institution with a steady stream of new and ready leads. Yaser Nasser Alulait says customer retention is key, but to keep your bank growing, you also need a steady stream of new customers. Customer journey optimization is a powerful tool that financial brands can use to reduce marketing costs by increasing conversions. A study by Aberdeen Group found that companies investing in customer journey management saw a 24.9% year-over-year increase in marketing revenue, a 21.2% reduction in service costs, and a 16.8% reduction in the average sales cycle. Implementing data-driven marketing will increase your ROI and lead to a more personalized customer experience, another important part of your overall business success.